Why you fail to attract buyers. Don't let this be you. You've got nothing but an expensive hobby if you can't convert your content consumers into email list opt-ins and buyers, most especially buyers. You may be great about building up a social following, but you can't deposit followers in the bank. You might be persistent and consistent in your content publishing efforts, and it ends up being busy work if it can't gain sales conversions. So why does this happen, and what can you do about it so that the next pieces of content that you create, from photos, pictures, videos, even what you write in blog posts, social media post captions, and more, does more to convert content consumers into paying customers? Having been an entrepreneur myself for 25 years and a business coach for the last 10 of those years, I know from direct experience, as well as from coaching thousands of students across the world, how discouraging and frustrating this can be if you fail. You're not alone, and you're normal if you feel like it's totally unfair that people who appear to be less attractive and or talented than you are, seeming to get all of the success when you're a great business owner who's hardly peddling junk to the public. Your stuff works. Why can't your content convert? The goal for you is this. I want to teach you how to attract an actual buyer with a content marketing approach that is sustainable and actually healthier for both sides of the equation, both you as the business owner and the customer who buys what your business has to offer to get out of pain and into pleasure, solving a problem or satisfying a deeply held desire of theirs. But let me introduce myself formally. I'm Stacey Storino, and like I said a moment ago, I'm a business coach who teaches my students specifically how to have content marketing that drives traffic to your business in such a way that you do more business. So if this is your first time here, I invite you to click that subscribe button. Fail number 1, low self-esteem. Now, a business owner's low self-esteem will come into play when it comes to content marketing of both main varieties, straight up sales-based marketing and relationship marketing. We're talking about shyness or being seriously introverted. When you have a poor opinion of yourself, it's difficult to project confidence and charisma. Low self-esteem affects your follow-through too. You're living in your head and either can't get around to creating enough content or publishing enough even once the content's made. Then your audience forgets about you, and people buy from those that they know, like, and trust. So if you don't know, like, and trust yourself, it translates into the content that you do create. People sense it, and they're uncomfortable. If you really want to attract buyers, you have to get out there and be yourself. Otherwise, how will buyers connect with you? To overcome any feelings of imposter syndrome and or low self-esteem as a business owner, so that you get out of your comfort zone enough to market and sell properly, you must practice self-awareness and build trust with yourself. When you become more aware of your thoughts, feelings, actions, and behavior as an entrepreneur, as a marketer, and salesperson on behalf of your own business, you can start to challenge negative belief patterns that are holding you back. Then you can build stronger, more positive relationships with members of your brand-based community, those that are already there and the ones who join because of the daily content you publish, which will bolster your confidence. Acknowledge how you talk to yourself about marketing. If you feel it's a waste of time, you won't do it. Focus on who your business is meant to help instead of yourself, and you'll create content to win over more buyers. Let's say you're someone with low self-esteem who is an entrepreneur with great offerings that can solve a specific ideal customer's problem so well. It's so high quality, and yet you avoid content planning, creation, optimization, or even regular publication of content because you talk yourself out of it, believing it's not going to work, so why even risk rejection in the first place? By becoming more self-aware of the thoughts and feelings you have, that underlie this behavior, such as imposter syndrome, a fear of failure, or even a fear of success, you can begin to challenge these negative thoughts and try new behaviors and build your confidence by following through with a step-by-step, concrete marketing and sales plan, and look at the outcomes as data to use to make the next sale or product launch even better next time. Overcoming imposter syndrome as an entrepreneur can totally be done. First, you need to know what you want as a business owner and what you deserve as someone who authentically wants to help other people solve their problems thanks to your business's offerings. Next, you need to learn how to communicate that confidently within yourself. Building a positive self-image is critical. By practicing self-reflection and self-compassion, you can start to recognize your strengths and accomplishments, both personally and professionally, rather than fixating on failures that haven't even happened yet. Because you project that your next sale or promotion will fail, so you just never launch one or follow through on regular marketing to build up excitement about your next sale in the first place. Take the accent mark off of you and put it onto the person who needs your help. Selling is helping, which is so important. Fail number 2, can't escape the comfort zone. If you don't risk failure by getting out of your comfort zone and publishing content, running sales, putting out calls to action, following through if a potential customer contacts you, how exactly can you make sales? Nothing you want as an entrepreneur can be found inside your comfort zone, because if it could, well, then everyone would be rich, right? So knowing that is half the battle. If you need help on this front, there's Funnel Dynasty, my VIP coaching program that comes with one-on-group coaching, team support, a 7-module course so you have the blueprints necessary to market and sell with ease and no sleaze, which will definitely help you to get out of your comfort zone persistently and consistently. There's a link down below so that you can check out Funnel Dynasty in further detail. Regardless, if you don't get out of your comfort zone, all you have is an expensive hobby and not a business. Try to look at content marketing to attract buyers as an experience to grow and learn, so that you can get the attention of, meet, and get to know members of your brand-based community, that you grow one piece of discoverable content at a time. And meanwhile, you and your community can talk shop about the common interest or problem that's joined you all together. Of course, as an entrepreneur, you're paid to help other people solve their problems, right? So each piece of content should be an opportunity to prove that you understand your ideal customer, their problem, needs, desires, and importantly, how they feel. And you want to help them feel better. Content created from this perspective lands better. Will you win every time? Maybe not. But look at every piece of content like a scientific experiment, and your analytics is helpful data. So if content bombs, you'll learn what not to do next time. Feels better, right? Putting yourself out there one piece of content at a time as a brand leader, you can think of it less as I'm being a pushy salesperson, because selling is helping people get out of pain and into pleasure thanks to your products, and instead think of it more like you're trying to meet new people, talk shop about an issue, help solve problems. By challenging yourself to approach content marketing as less busy work and more like creating fun new connections and being helpful, you'll find content marketing as being more authentic and meaningful. This increases your odds of attracting buyers. It's scary at first to get out of your comfort zone, worried about rejection and failure. Sure, these are normal feelings. You will feel better once you're putting yourself out there and you're seeing the entrepreneur you're becoming as opposed to the one you used to be. That builds confidence, which is valuable in your life. Fail number 3, self-sabotage. Entrepreneurs who don't do content marketing often enough, or even run sales or promotions enough, when push comes to shove, they are convincing themselves that they're gonna fail, so why bother? Or they shouldn't have to do marketing because the buyers should just see photos of a product, say, and buy it because it's cool. All this content marketing stuff won't change things. You get sales or you don't. What? It's like wanting six-pack abs and then convincing yourself that the workouts wouldn't really make a big difference, so why bother? You're either going to get abs or not. Ridiculous. Some entrepreneurs just post a parade of product photos and a tsunami of sales announcements and take no accountability that they've done nothing more to grab attention and stimulate true desire to buy. If you recognize this trait in yourself, you must put in the content publishing reps to get the financial gains. This is why it's so important for you to have a coach like me to give you the step-by-step plan to use to market and sell effectively. And if you're self-sabotaging in any way, to help you through it. Content marketing is kind of like dating. If you're not making an effort to get out there, if you're not making an effort to be the best version of yourself as a brand leader, if you're not showing any determination to increase brand awareness, one piece of well-created and well-optimized content at a time, not only are you missing out on opportunities, you're also presenting yourself and your brand in an unattractive light in terms of anyone you do meet online. People date other people who put themselves out there, are fun, are relatable, and are interesting and interested in them. People buy from brands that are active, that are clearly well-versed in the type of person that they are, that they serve, the problem that folks have, the desires that they hold dear in terms of what life would be like if the problem were solved, and they're more likely to buy from businesses that get them. Let your content prove yours is that business. Dates that act like they're going to sit back and let life happen are not attractive. The old saying is, a woman wants a man with a plan. Similarly, business owners who just post nothing but product listings, product photos, sales announcements, and no relationship marketing content that shows any sort of care about the customer and their problems or desires, they're not attractive either. They're two-dimensional. No one buys from businesses like that. They're not attractive. Just like a romantic date wants to feel desired, cared for, and hey, they want to look up to the person they're dating. Your customer wants to feel like they can look up to your business, that they're important to you, the owner, and that by being a customer, they become part of a movement to improve life thanks to solving a particular problem or satisfying a particular desire thanks to your business's offerings. You're an attractive brand to them. So if any of this speaks to you, if you want to create an attractive brand by zeroing in on what needs to change and getting the blueprint that can help you get to work and get happy customers, which of course means more sales, this is exactly what Funnel Dynasty can do for you. This is only for entrepreneurs who do not want hobby results. They want real results with brand building and content marketing that drives more traffic to their business to do more business. If this sounds like you, I encourage you to click the link below to check out Funnel Dynasty. In the meantime, here's another video that YouTube thinks you'll like that can help you market and sell super well without feeling uncomfortable